Alright, y'all, today we're going to be talking about disciplining kids. And this is about to be a lot to unpack, alright? Now, I don't have any kids, but my homeboy wanted to talk about this and he wanted to know my opinion on disciplining those monsters. So, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Me and my sister got beat, so depending on how these kids act, let me sanitize my hands here. Now, all jokes aside, I have to be prepared just in case any of these gremlins come out like my sister or myself. Because if they do, I'm probably going to send them over to my parents. If my grandmother's still alive, that's where those freaking kids are going to be sent to. To be honest, it really all depends on you and this kid. Like, you got to be strong-minded. Don't be weak. They can be as cute as hell. Don't be weak. Because the cuter they are, the more they're going to eat you alive. Kids have been testing us from birth. Baby slap you, you've got to correct it. Some people just ignore it because they think it's cute. Whatever rocks your boat, but you got to gauge these gremlins. Coming out of the womb, disrespectful as hell now. Walking back, all this nonsense. Getting pregnant, having these kids nowadays, it's like a box of freaking chocolate. Never know what you're going to get. And to be honest with you, I didn't even like that Forrest Gump movie. If I'm procreating with someone, I'm expecting to get half of us or double. All I know is I'm not supposed to wind up with a kid that's gonna have like my third uncle's psycho tendencies or something. I don't even know you, and I'm supposed to let you test my gangster? Like, how do you parents not throw these kids out during these testy stages? Like, I would throw these kids out in the trash. But this is why I believe it takes a village. So you can pass those little monsters around. Because God only knows how much they'll test a parent's patience. But having kids, y'all, it's not for the weak. You can't be bitch made. Because if you are, what you end up doing is putting out more gremlins and monsters into the world. And to be honest with you, we already have enough shitty human beings out here. And I'm gonna just come out and say it. Sorry to say, Hispanic and white kids, the worst. If I had to say out of all races of children, it's them two. Like, can't y'all go and watch anime like these Asian kids or something? Get into the arts like the black kids or the Indian kids. How about go and build something? And listen, I know I'm about to get a lot of hate for this, but y'all can hate me if you want. I'm just being honest. Coming from the city, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff with these kids. I remember I was on the train and I seen this little white boy, yo, I kid you not, was licking the windows on the train while his mom was just looking through a magazine. I'm not kidding. She was just passively looking through a magazine. That kid didn't even blink when she told him to stop. I remember he just kept licking that freaking window. And then she has the audacity to tell him, if you don't stop, you're gonna go on timeout. Now, boy sits down and I'm thinking, okay, finally, no more window licking out here. Now, bear with me. This was over about, what, 2 decades ago? This is the first time I'm hearing someone use this term timeout in real life. That boy sat down for maybe all of 5 minutes before he started licking the damn train pole. Yeah, he moved. Bruh, I was disgusted. I'm telling you, not even on the brink of death could I have kept a straight face. I was in awe. I don't know if I was more disgusted or more in awe. And this lady tells him, we're not gonna go out for ice cream. As soon as she said that, there was at least 4 people on that train that literally wanted to freaking just snatch that kid and throw them all out in the trash. Like, the both of them just needed to start over at that point, because what the and then these freaking Hispanic kids, animals. Yeah, I'm Hispanic. They're still animals. Like, y'all just came from the bush or something, because with the Hispanic kids, this has to be an American thing, because I know y'all are not behaving like this in your freaking countries, especially not with all this shit going on. You American Latinos, especially you light-skinned ones, y'all have it way too easy out here. And you parents are really the ones that really need the freaking correa, because if I have to go into another freaking Walmart where your freaking monsters are screaming through the aisles like they're being chased by Freddy, I'm gonna trick them. This is not the park. There's a time and a place. And I've thought about it like, oh my god, watch when I'm old, and if I still have to deal with this, I'm gonna get myself a cane, trip all of them. Because why are you running in the store? Y'all really are gonna have to either keep your kids on leashes because they have no respect for other people, because y'all are never paying attention to y'all kids, but then the moment somebody snatches them up, y'all crying. Like, you know how many times I've actually had to save a whole bunch of these Hispanic kids from running into the middle of the street or chasing a ball, an animal, something? These are kids. Parents are just talking in the yard, bochinchando with other people, not watching their kids, but then you're gonna blame the person that hits your kids. But like, the crazy thing here to me is that I know y'all not doing this back in your country. I remember I was back in my middle school watching some Rugrats for summer camp and stuff. I technically wasn't even supposed to be there. But anyways, this little Hispanic boy was rude as hell, especially to all the girls. The boy was a whole demon child. He was always yelling at everybody or literally hitting the girls his age or the people watching over him. Now, one day we crossed paths, and I don't remember what he said to me, but I said something slick to him right back, and that little sociopath kicked me right in the freaking shin. When I tell you I backhanded him so hard that he slid across the gym floor, everybody freaking ran to that kid like that little freaking sociopath didn't just almost take my leg out. But then I found out his dad's a cop. And me, I had absolutely no fear because I was like, what, 15? And his son kicked me. Plus, he didn't want to have to meet my dad. So everybody's worried about it. I went home like nothing happened. Guess what I had to look forward to the next day? The boy and his dad. The boy sees me. The boy comes running up to me, gives me a hug as if we were the best of friends. And the dad explained his whole situation. He was a single parent. The mother had left them. Mother really left him, but you know, I don't know. I was 15. When I look at it as an adult now, I'm like, gives his son a little bit too much leeway. I wonder. Nonetheless, cop apologized, said his son needed more discipline, and I definitely was the one to show it to him. And here it is, y'all. Even though I could have really hit him softer than that, one, it was a reaction because I was a kid myself. But had he not felt the power of that back slap, he probably would have never snapped out of it. He probably went home complaining to his dad, thinking his dad was going to have his back, and his dad probably disciplined him right then and there. Moral of the story is, it does take a village, because these kids will definitely become a menace to society if you don't discipline them properly. My biggest problem with this kid was the fact that he was only targeting the girls. He was never targeting the boys, just the girls, which would have become a really big problem later on in life. And let me tell you something, folks. Not dealing with a machismo Latino for 200, please. And these temper tantrums from the white boys, holy shit. You parents are gonna learn today. You better knock some sense into your freaking child before somebody in their adult life does. Because the first moment they think it's okay to start stomping through the freaking hallways, slamming doors, bursting out screaming in public, they might lose a tooth depending on who they're doing that to. And I'm just saying, as kids, they're gonna lose them anyway. But as an adult, you're not getting those back. Because who do you little peewees think y'all are? How to grow a boy into an entitled white man for dummies. If you Hispanics are forgetting your root, go back to your country, then come back over here. More of you white folks need African or Caribbean nannies, and I promise you, you'll be better. My boy knows nannies that literally have permission from the parents to discipline their kids. And yeah, I mean with this. And you know, like I said, it takes a village, and if you're gonna be bitch made, let others help you, because these kids really are becoming menaces to society. Hire more nannies. Maybe we'll see a decrease in school shootings. I'm just kidding. You know, most of that stuff is media. But maybe we will get less politics getting in our way or trying to take some of our rights away because we don't know how to do our... Now hold on. But y'all don't know how to do your jobs as parents. You know, just a little thing so they stop taking some of our rights away. And listen, just because this was more male focused, don't think that you girls got off easy. You know, like I said, me and my sister used to get it all the time. And that was just because we never wanted to do what we were told. We talked back sometimes, but we never did that out in public. We always did that in the comfort of our own home because we knew we were gonna get it. And if you really want me to be honest, you're gonna have to ask my sister because she got it the worst. I don't even remember why I got beat if it wasn't for something that she did. This girl was a menace. Yo, she's actually still a menace. Oh my god. Now that I think about it, I was a pretty well-behaved kid compared to my sister. I started misbehaving a little bit more late in life. My parents were gonna beat me then. But us girls, we can be testy, especially with our freaking mouths. Mother, you have to teach your girls when to shut up, because as a woman, I know there's times I could say too much, maybe not enough, but there's always a time and a place, you know what I mean? And the perks about knowing when to shut up and when to speak, you're gonna get way more out of life and way more out of these men, promise you. Thanks for listening to me yap, y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed this makeup session, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.